I'm a little tight. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. And yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. So I don't know if I've done a garden update video, but we've already talked about how I have fruit growing on all of my trees down here, and these tomatoes, when I tell you they are good, they are so good. They taste really nice and sweet, which is perfect for me because right now I'm currently on a sugar detox, which is eliminating all manufactured forms of sugar. So tomatoes are okay, and fruits with lower sugar are good for me to consume, I guess. But they're so sweet and so good. So I'm really enjoying that. So the other great thing that's happening in my garden is my peppers are finally starting to turn red. As you can see here, these three have been out here for a minute. It's been a few weeks. And just like 2 or 3 days ago, I noticed that they're turning red. So I think I mentioned in the beginning, this is a red pepper plant. So they are on track. I would say probably in the next week or so, they should be fully red. And you already know, jalapenos are my favorite pepper of all time. I've already harvested a few of these and I threw them into this really great like carrot dish that I made. I'm looking forward to being patient so I can get the rest. My favorite thing to do with jalapenos is to pickle them because it milds out the flavor a little bit, but they're still nice and spicy. It just kind of calms it down a bit. And it's basically a way to preserve it. So tip for those of you who like jalapenos, if you go to the grocery store, they tend to sell them fresh in like large amounts because they're fresh produce that can go bad over like a few days. So if you're wanting to get the most out of your jalapeno harvest, pickle them things. Throw them in a jar. They last longer and it's delicious on everything. So yeah, here. I think I already told you the 3 plants in the black are a goner, except for that one back there. Sorry, see her back there? She don't have a name, but she has 2 or 3 pepper plants that it looks like I'll get from her. But I am happy with this. I learned a few things with this whole bottom row section. The Rise Garden system suggests that you, I go ahead and you plant 2 per like section and you spread them out. What I found in doing this, as you can see, I've gotten 50% yield from the 6 plants that I've planted. Maybe a little more, right? Because I have that 1 plant in the back. But generally these plants in the front kind of just have taken over and they're fruiting, whereas like the ones in the back are not producing much. So next time when I finish this, I'm going to probably just, if I plant these 3 types, I'm just going to plant 1 per section. Because I think that's the only way it's going to work. And then maybe I'll consider planting something else that's maybe shorter and I can harvest more quickly, kind of like you would do in a typical garden. You know what I mean? So, so that's what I'm thinking for. And up here, update. Actually, I'm not even sure if I shared this yet, but I attempted to save these plants and it didn't work. As Cole would say, you can't save them. So I'm going to have to take these out of my system. They're increasingly browning and these sage plants are not growing anymore. The basil's doing great. I do need to cut some of these lower leaves off and I'm probably going to have to harvest them before they do start dying out. But I'm going to harvest the basil. I may dry it. I'm trying to think what I could do with basil other than make like pasta sauce. Not really feeling pasta at the moment, but we'll probably just dry it out and make a dried basil seasoning. But yeah, I'm gonna take the sage plants out and start again. And oh, got some new seeds. Let me see if I can find them. Okay, so I just I got these in, it's been a few weeks actually. There's a couple more. So these came in my March order. These are it. And I need to start planting them. but I have to make a plan. I need to make a plan for what I'm gonna do next based on how they need to grow, how much space they need. So for example, the eggplant, I believe, need to be planted on the bottom shelf. They need that 18 inches of space. Since I still have that being used up, I can't plant these. Same thing for the cucumber as well. However, my whole second row is empty and waiting. So I think I'm gonna go with this red pak choi next, this umaro cabbage, and callaloo amaranth. I decided this order to get all things that I've never ate or planted before. I've had bok choy before, but not this one. I've had cabbage, but not this one. It's actually it's called red amaro cabbage, but from the pictures, it looks blue. So, and let's see, the harvest is 50 days. So yeah, we're gonna start these now so I can have them in the summertime. And I have to look for the broccoli raw. I think it needs an extra space, but I'll see. If not, I'll plant them on the second row. And as you can see, I have plenty of space up here. And I don't even want to talk about, I really don't even want to talk about what's happening here. As you can see, we got algae. But you know what? This is my fault. It's my fault because I have neglected these seedlings for probably a week. And I feel like had I changed the water a week ago, we wouldn't have these issues. All right. Well, at this point, it's the third time I didn't scrape them out. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna place them back up on the planter, and I'm gonna let the soil dry out a little bit. I'm going to, let me show you. I think what I'm gonna do is take this off. I'm gonna try to eliminate the humidity piece that is causing the algae to grow so easily. This one may be done for. Like, I don't see any green leaves. I may have very well scooped out the seeds when I was scraping off that green algae. We will see in a couple of days. However, my other two, my lemon mint, I have leaves growing in every pod, and my peppermint, 2 of the 4 are showing some life. So we're gonna do the same thing with these two, where I'm just gonna sit this here so I at least know what it is. Okay, so the idea is we're gonna let these basically dry out, eliminate the humidity element. Since some of them are already sprouting, they should continue to do what they need to do. And I'm gonna see if that helps. I actually watered these with plant juice. So, threw that in there. You can't see that, of course not. So my plant juice, re-watered them, changed them into completely different trays. I didn't feel like cleaning them, so I just swapped them out. And I'll clean them later. And yeah, we're gonna see. I'm hopeful, okay? I'm a little annoyed because I've done this now 3 times. But the glass half full is that I do have some leaves growing. I do have some plants that are forming. So even if they don't all sprout, something is happening. And I'm going to try to protect what I have, okay? So anyway, that's what we got going on with that. All right, so that's all we have for today. Like I said, we're not going to talk about those. We're not going to talk about those seedlings because I'm a little tight. And I ain't going to lie, I'm a little disappointed. And yeah, we're not going to talk about that.